Brown.
And I'm Elena Lees.
Today we're going to be having an interview with the Democracy Coordinator, followed by looking at Go Global, the headlines, and finally at the Flappy Bird's craze.
So today with us we have Emma, the Democracy Coordinator here at Students' Union.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, Emma?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good.
Emily?
I'm okay, thanks.
So today we're going to be talking about mainly the Student Union elections that will be going on soon.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen as students, we see pretty much what's going on the streets, and that's it. Other students going funny about their names, about the topic, and we have all the freebies, sweets, and a lot of funny things going on. But there's also a serious side about it.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the elections are one of the most important things we do as a union. Obviously, I would say that, but it's the opportunity that the students have to elect the leaders of the union for the following year. And a lot of hard work goes in to elections behind the scenes. Obviously, the union does a lot of organising, but the candidates prepare for weeks in advance their campaigns and plan the silly names of the costumes. But that's only really to get people's attention because they put loads and loads of thought and energy into devising a good manifesto, which is what they want to be elected on. They also, they start off with putting in their nomination, for instance. So you have to, in order to stand in elections, you have to nominate yourself, but you also need to get two other current Cardiff students to propose and second you. So just basically endorse you and say, I think this person is going to be a good candidate or a good officer. So that's where they start, and then
So that's the first step.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they start building their campaign then from there. So manifestos, posters, slogans. They plan kind of their campaign. They gather a campaign team to help support them through the week.
Does that campaign, so like all the theory behind the campaign, does that have to be approved by someone at Students' Union, or as soon as they are accepted as candidates, they go pretty much into what they want?
The candidates are free to use their own creativity when they devise their campaigns. We don't want to restrict them in any way. We do run some workshops that people will attend about writing manifestos, how to use social media for campaigning in a good way, and things like that to guide people.
So Students' Unions does support candidates and kind of like help them through.
Absolutely, we want to do everything we can to make people feel like they are able to run in elections, no matter what their background is, if they've ever seen elections happen before. We put on workshops. We've got a lot of resources on the website, so you can look at old manifestos. We have a mentor scheme, so we've got a whole bunch of old elected officers together and just ask them if they would be willing to kind of guide our current candidates through this whole process. And they were all agreed, so they've written little biographies about how they felt when they were running in elections, and then we can put them in touch with candidates.
That's really good. That actually embraces the whole, it's not just like, okay, go and do. It actually gives a lot of support, right?
Yeah, we hope so.
Because it's actually a lot of exposure from the student side, because they're actually on the street for a week, talking to strangers, and trying to actually make people like them.
Yeah.
And sometimes in a few seconds only, and actually bothering people sometimes on their way to lectures or during busy times.
Oh, absolutely. Our candidates are incredibly talented and brave people, and it takes such a commitment
and self-confidence.
And even for people who aren't necessarily super confident but know that they would do a good job as officers, they should still be running. So we've put on some workshops in public speaking and assertiveness to just kind of
so you help them building their self-confidence.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's really, really good. But so you're the Democracy Coordinator, but you don't only organize the Vice President and all the Student Union elections. You do other things.
Yeah, so I facilitate, basically the Students' Union as a whole is a student-led organisation. So everything that we do is run by students. So at the top level, that's our elected officers. And then on other levels, you have society committees, sports club committees, student media have an exec, there's an education exec. So at every level, at every stage, the students are running the show. But I'm kind of behind the scenes, I facilitate things. So I have especially focused on kind of the representative side. So we have a student senate, which is a range of elected students who set and decide policy for the Students' Union. I also facilitate the scrutiny committee, and they are the ones who get together and look at the work that the elected officers are doing and making sure that they are held accountable to the manifestos that they wrote when they were running an election. So it comes full circle. And then obviously we had about maybe 700 people attend the AMM, which is the annual members meeting where all Cardiff students have the right to come along and say, have their say and make decisions about
And you
the
also
union.
organise that?
Yeah, but there's the background, but the students do all the real work. They create the motions. They are the ones who have the debates, and who in the end vote and decide what's going to happen.
So you kind of like guide them and help when there's needed, and
I put the chairs out.
okay, cool. That's a good way of putting it. You were also Cardiff University student.
I was, yes.
And you're now working at the Students' Union.
I am.
So that actually is a good example of how you can finish your degree here and actually work and still be involved with the university.
Yeah, I couldn't quite let go.
So what was your degree on?
I did European politics and international relations.
So you're pretty much on your...
I was always interested in democracy and governance. So when I graduated and this job came up at the union, I just got very lucky, and I think it's worked out quite well.
One last question. Are students who want to be candidates for the election, are they still on time to apply, or is it closed already?
They have still time. Nominations will close at 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
So it's less than, I don't know what the time is now, but it's like less than 24 hours.
Yes.
So yes, anyone who hasn't nominated themselves but want to give it a shot, they should definitely put their nomination in.
What do they need to do?
All they need to do is go to cardiffstudents.com, log into their website, and submit their nomination, and they just basically fill out a form. They need to get those two people that I mentioned. But that can be a housemate or a course mate or anyone who's
It just has to be a Cardiff University student.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter which year, PhD, BA, okay.
No other restrictions.
And do they need to have the manifesto ready, or that's later on?
No, manifesto deadline is not until the 28th of February, so there's a whole week after nominations close to get that in order. So, and we will be running another manifesto writing workshop on, I believe, Tuesday next week.
Okay.
Information is on the website.
Okay, so don't forget, you're still on time if you want to be one of the candidates for this year. Go on the Students' Union website, fill the form, find those two Cardiff University students to back you up. And who knows, they might be the next committee here at the Students' Union for next year. Moving on, last Saturday we had Go Global. Are you curious what is it about? Then have a look at this video. Hi, I'm Elena, and I'm about to show you the backstage of Go Global, exclusive in CUTV. I'm in Lan right now, the president of Chinese Society. We've just been watching the rehearsals, and it doesn't seem to be a very traditional Chinese dance, is it?
No, it's not very traditional. It's more of a modern mix of jazz and hip-hop, but more of a K-pop and Chinese pop style dance.
So why did you choose that instead of a traditional Chinese dance?
The reason is it's not that many students over here in the UK know how to dance traditionally, and instead of training them in that way, it's more difficult because we have less material, and also in terms of the clothing. So we're thinking pop style would be more approachable to the younger generation, to therefore raise cultural awareness.
Still, what Chinese elements do we have apart from these girls?
Chinese element will be because normally if you see pop music, pop dance in Europe, it's gonna be quite cool. But in Chinese way, it's quite cute. When you say they're doing the flower face, and then yes, we are mixing some really cute Asian cute girls element into the dance.
Thank you very much. One last thing before we close, can we all do the flower face for CUTV? 1,
2, 3.
So we're outside the Great Hall and we are here with some fabulous representatives of the Pakistani Society, Sabina and Anika. And Jess here is going to learn a few moves, aren't you, Jess?
Yeah, but I pre-warn all CUTV viewers, I cannot dance. So fingers crossed, I can do it. Okay.
Well, Sabina, you've just had your dress rehearsal on stage. How did it go, first of all?
Well, not as well as you hoped. I think it's our first time on the stage, but I'm sure we'll be okay for tonight.
And the moves which Jess is going to be learning was just in the show, isn't that right?
Yep. It's one of the very first few, yeah.
Minutes we have this move, so yeah, it's good.
And these costumes look fabulous. Have they been flown all the way from Pakistan?
Yeah, we have them made in Pakistan. We usually use them for any occasions that we have over here or anything special that comes up, something such as like Go Global 2014. So yeah, we use it for that.
So this is the moment of truth for Jess. Anika, take it away.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so I need you just standing like this, right? And you're crossing your feet like that, but at the same time you're doing 1, 2. What you have to do is 1, 2. Okay.
1, 2.
Right, so you're kind of playing peekaboo. Okay?
I'm throwing my stomach out. I'm not doing it. Okay.
Right. And Sabina, what's the translation for this line that we're going to do?
Well, basically the whole thing is, save me from the eyes of my lover, oh God, because the girl is very embarrassed and shy.
She's basically you're shy from the guy.
Okay.
And you're trying to say, save me at this point, okay?
Okay,
So you're just going 1, 2, right? And then the next move is this, but then you're swiveling at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so from here you go 1, 2.
1.
Yeah, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Okay.
From the top.
Okay.
Here we go? Right, okay. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And while you're doing that, your shoulders have to kind of do a little jiggle.
So
Yeah,
I'm going
okay.
to put a bit more.
Yeah, a bit of like just some attitude in there. Just,
A bit more oomph.
yeah.
I don't have enough oomph, I don't think. Right, should we do one more time?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, count with me?
I count, yeah.
Yeah.
If I
5.
get it right.
Right, Sabina, you count too. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
That was very good.
I'm going to be joining in with the Pakistani Society tonight. You'll see me running on stage. Okay, and now I think Hugh doesn't know this yet, but you're going to be learning a little bit of this dance too. So your name is
Daniel.
Daniel, and you're going to be showing Hugh here how to do the male part, because this is a partnership dance, isn't it? You've got the different partners across all of the stage when you're doing it. Okay, brilliant. Go ahead then.
1.
1.
No, your shoulder goes back.
Oh, right.
Okay, so
1.
1. No.
Oh, what's the knee
Leave
doing?
the knees down
Okay,
there.
the knees
right,
are
my
still.
knees are moving.
Okay.
Hugh's trying to do the female part.
Okay. Yeah, he wants to do it all. He wants to do all parts, right?
Too enthusiastic, right. So just a shoulder,
Yeah,
so no
just-
knees involved.
Yeah, you're just
Okay.
moving. You're just like
Okay.
I'm pushing you, and you're like
Okay. Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
just
Ooh.
a bit of like miming
Okay.
here. Okay, miming.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
4. I'm
And
moving
you're
back
gonna-
against
yeah.
the wall.
Especially in a dress like this, you need a twirl. Okay. So after he's done that,
1,
2, 3, 4. He's
Left hand.
taking that and going 1,
2,
2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's a dance off. It's a dance off.
Good luck, Jess.
We're away from the girls. We're away from the girls at the start when they're doing that.
And then you run on. Okay. 5,
When I go
6,
in, go in.
7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push, 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 push. Twirl. Back. Oh, very nice. That was pretty good.
I think
What are the scores?
I think we were a bit too fast.
You guys just wanted to do it.
Well,
They showed quite a lot of the Pakistani Josh, the hype. I think they win.
CUTV have come out triumphant. We have officially won the dance off with the pros.
Rehearsals are finished, so now it's your time to enjoy Go Global 2014.
This was a sneak peek of Go Global. We just had Jess and Hugh dancing with some of our performers. But what is Go Global? This was Go Global 2014, which is the annual festival of cultural and diversity here at the Student Union. It pretty much brings all the international societies together and showcase talent. So we had all kinds of societies. We had the Bulgarian Society, Arabic Society, Asian Society, pretty much what other societies I can think of. We also had like the Broadway Society, which is not an international society, but because it's a dance society, they performed some UK national dances. So we had Irish dance, we also had American dance, which is not UK, but we had that as well. So it's really much appealing for diversity, showing pretty much the immense diversity here at campus in Cardiff University. It sold out this year. They also changed a little bit how the room was arranged. So it was more formal, we had less seats, but it was pretty much national. We had people coming with their national clothes, which was very, very interesting as well.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
Yes, they looked absolutely beautiful. Some of the colours were amazing.
We had like Indian people coming with their national clothes. We had from many other countries as well. So that was very interesting as well. CUTV was there. So if you've missed it, or because it was sold out, you didn't manage to go, we broadcasted live on Saturday evening. And of course, we have the video on our YouTube channel, which is Cardiff Union TV. But we were also during backstage time, during rehearsals. You just seen we spoke with the Chinese Society. I have some few more things to show you. So have a look at this video now.
And welcome. I'm Jess Barton.
I'm Hugh Ware, and yes, you are joining us outside the dressing room before Go Global starts. We're just going to have a quick chat with Nilante and Aaron, the two hosts tonight.
Yeah, we're so excited. We can't wait to go in and see what it's all about. So should we go in and see if we can find them?
Let's do it.
So the two hosts that are doing it tonight are busy preparing because it's going to be a long night and a big show. And I think we've got them here. Hello. How are you guys both doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Excited, nervous.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Are you nervous?
Very nervous.
Are there any acts you're particularly looking forward to tonight? We've got so many coming up.
Definitely Arab Society. They're doing Aladdin, and I've seen Jafar's outfit, and it is insane.
So we have a Jasmine, Abu, a flying carpet, and
Aladdin.
so we just have the genie joining us. What should we expect from tonight?
Some gags, some fun, and a bit of everything kind of thing. Singing, dancing, and acting. We're gonna win it like last year, and hopefully be a good show. He's gonna fly as well.
You're gonna fly.
I hopefully can fly, but they don't have the equipment, so I'm just.
Well, defy physics. We'll do it somehow.
So what's gonna Abu do?
Eat bananas, steal lamps, and serve my master.
We just want to make the audience laugh. That's our main objective. So hopefully we got that reactions from some of the students.
Did you write a script?
Yeah, I wrote the script.
Was that hard?
Not really. I did over the Christmas. I should have been doing my thesis, but I decided to do a script. So hopefully it's worth my time.
There's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a busy night. CUTV are going to be covering it from start to finish. So if you haven't got a ticket, the event is sold out. Don't worry, you can watch the live stream with us all night.
Yep, with both myself and Jess presenting, and we are so looking forward to it, aren't we?
It's going to be incredible. And as we were just speaking about, the outfits are going to be insane. The amount of variety and colour and different things is from all the different cultures as well. It's going to be great.
It's going to be a great event. Don't miss out, folks.
That looked like so much fun. Okay, so moving on to the headlines. Excitement builds for varsity. Everyone's been getting pretty excited about this. The social media competition Game Face and the marketing campaign Dear Swansea has been getting everyone really excited about varsity this year. Photographs have been taken of Cardiff varsity captains for the social media campaign to get everyone into the spirit of things. I certainly am very excited.
And don't forget, CUTV will also be there to show you everything. So if for any reason you can't go, or if you're not at Cardiff but you still want to keep track of what's going on during varsity, just tune in on CUTV. We'll just show you everything.
Okay, moving on then. The BBC Panorama team have undercover footage exposing student visa fraud. Panorama uncovered blatant cheating in compulsory English tests offering non-European Union student visas. The BBC discovered that for £500, students could confirm a pass. Some candidates were replaced by native English speakers just so they could pass the test. Elena, how did you find your English test?
I come from the European Union, so I think that's not easy to happen here. But I think it's not just a little bit unfair, it is actually quite unfair.
Yeah.
Because it can be a quite difficult test. I mean, if you're not used to speak English on your daily basis if you only speak English in a classroom for an hour a week or two. And all of a sudden you have to do a test that pretty much evaluates your how practical you can be using the English languages. So it evaluates on your daily basis how good it would be speaking English, but you don't do it. So it's very artificial. So yeah, there's people who work very hard. I did. And all of a sudden knowing there's students that come to very really high quality universities here in the UK and they actually didn't really put much effort on it. It's quite unfair. I don't speak only for me. I think most students would agree. Even UK students, you still have to go through A levels and everything. It's pretty much the same. It's part of your requirements to get into the university. So any kind of cheating on those requirements is unfair.
It's unfair on you. Worked so hard as well for your English tests, and people are just getting through.
It is. Plus, it's not a very hard test as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why. As I said, it doesn't really access it's not even grammar based or anything, which usually is the difficult things on languages. I just think people can't be bothered really.
Oh, such a shame.
Kind of is, yeah.
Moving on, the widening funding gap between English and Welsh universities, as more Welsh students are applying to study in England rather than Wales. George Osborne had announced more places have been made available in English universities. Okay, so moving on to Flappy Birds. This has been a bit of a craze at the minute. Phones with Flappy Birds downloaded are being sold for enormous amounts on eBay. The game has been downloaded 50 million times. The actual game is very basic, but a lot of users have become addicted to it. The game was created by Dong Nguyen, but stopped the distribution of the game as he didn't want the fame and was concerned that the game was becoming addictive and this was causing a problem. We have a video on this.
Hi, it's Sal, CUTV. We're gonna ask the students around the student union about the Flappy Bird and its crazy buzz and controversy. Follow me. So, what do you think about the Flappy Bird? The whole buzz about, would you buy a phone with Flappy Bird or not?
Well, first of all, I would not buy a phone for £5,000 just for a Flappy Bird. And I thought, well, I think the reason why it now became so popular is because they killed it off. And I think it's a smart move as marketing goes, because he is going to release a new game, the creator of the Flappy Bird. So I think he has a lot of publicity and he's going to make a lot of money out of it.
Yeah, have you heard of it?
I think it's a terrible, terrible, evil game. It took away 6 hours of sleep, so yes. Not very happy with Flappy Bird, and I think my high score is 5. So.
I've not played it, but I think it's a good example of how viral marketing is really the way things are going. The game, like I said, I've not played it, but it doesn't look too difficult to make. It looks like Mario as well, but it just shows how if something goes viral, then really then the market just takes over, doesn't it? And then it becomes an organic entity in itself.
It's funny that people are selling it for so much because it was free, so it's interesting. But I don't think I would buy a phone for that much for a game. No, I'll just buy a phone.
So I didn't have it, but then when it's shut down, I was like, oh, well, let's have a look. And I played it on my PC. Laughed for 5 minutes because it's so hilarious. You just fail every single time. And then after that, it just gets really annoying.
I thought it was really interesting when the creator put it down from the App Store because he took a pretty interesting ethical decision. Like most other people would not care that people are getting addicted, but he genuinely cared, which was really interesting. So I took it down. Yeah, he took it down because people were getting addicted.
So about the whole buzz surrounding the Flappy Bird game and iPhones, what do you think about that? Why is it so, why is it so controversial right now?
Well, controversial, I don't know. I can guess why it's so popular. It's just another one of those things that's easy to access, first of all. Of course, it being free and it being already downloaded so much means that people will download it because it's not much effort. And then people get into wars with their friends, don't they, over who's going to get the better score. So it's a simple formula, simple concept, and it does work.
Have you played the game?
Yeah, I was kind of addicted to it at one point, but luckily I've I've passed over. So
I don't know much about it. I've heard that it was very similar to a few other games, but yeah, it was interesting. I'm not sure quite why they took it down.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I've got it on my tablet, yeah.
Was it really that addictive?
It was quite addictive. I'm not quite sure why, what about it was quite so addictive, but yeah, it was.
It's not an original thing either. There's so many games like that have existed for ages, so I don't know why it is.
What do you think? Like, why did he shut it down, the creator?
No idea.
No idea.
Stupidity.
Would you buy a phone for like £1,000 with Flappy Bird in it?
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Would you sell your phone for like £1,000?
I saw it. I saw that on eBay. No, I still like my phone.
Would you buy a phone for £1,000?
No, no way. Definitely not.
Well, I don't really understand about that game. So when I see the game is shut down and everybody around me feels so sad about it, I'm very surprised why they become like that.
Yeah.
It's just a game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a game, and people are going crazy about it. Why do you think the creators shut it down like so soon, so quickly?
You know what? I have no idea. Usually, I'd think, oh, well, that's some kind of ploy in order to. Don't know. Like, I really don't know what angle he's coming from with that.
Oh, I think people just got addicted to it and trying to get a high score to it, and it was quite frustrating when you couldn't get past like only getting like a score of 1 or 2.
What is it? What's the secret in the game that attracts people? Like, you know.
I've not played it, but knowing people who have, frustration. Like, you've got that level where you can get into the game, but then you know that you want to go further, and it's basically you get frustrated, you want to improve, and I think that's it. Like, because it's annoying.
So, Flappy Bird, we've been discussing the subject with students around the university, and many, you know, approach it with a sense of humor when you talk about the game, but it's proven to be very addictive and annoying at the same time, and that's what draws people to it. Thank you very much.
So students seem pretty much to know what's going on around the game.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the owner of Flappy Bird is going to have a new game, as one of the students shared with us. Emily, do you play Flappy Bird?
I have to admit, I have played it.
Because I honestly haven't played it. I just recently heard about it. But
I have a high score of 12, which I'm quite impressed with. But that did take several hours of me concentrating on my phone for, yeah, taking it very seriously, actually.
So, as you see, Flappy Bird is not available for download anymore. If you really, really, really want it, then it's on eBay, on some phones. Quite expensive, but there'll be a new one coming on soon, apparently. Well, that was all for tonight. We'll be back next week with more fresh news just for you. Have a good night.